Geisteren Castle sits north of the Dutch town of Venlo on the banks of the Meuse River. In late 1944, the castle was a strong point in the local German defenses and under attack by elements of the British 6th Guards Tank Brigade. The German troops garrisoning the fortress had held against attacks by infantry and heavy artillery bombardment. Now, the brigade's tanks would try their hand at knocking out the enemy position. The British crews moved their Churchill tanks to positions within range of the castle and began to fire. Equipped with various versions of the Churchill, the tankers sent rounds from 6-pounder and 75mm cannon, as well as the 95mm howitzers, crashing into the walls of Geisteren. The smaller tank guns proved ineffective against the stout walls of this fortress, with ramparts built to withstand the long bombardments of an earlier era of warfare. The 95mm howitzers were much more successful, but one tank outdid them all. The crew of this particular tank, which bore the name Cuckoo painted on both sides of its turret, methodically pummeled the castle's defenders, selecting a window and then unerringly putting a round right through the opening and into the strongpoint's interior. Cuckoo's crew was lauded for the precision of their fire in the attack. The defeated Germans, however, had good reason to feel frustration that day, for the tank that had put such devastating fire into their position was none other than a captured German tank used by the Allies, a Mark V Panther, taken intact by the British and placed into their service. No doubt some of them would have felt a twinge of anger or even disgust that a tank that epitomized the height of the fatherland's technical and military prowess had been so effectively turned against them. Fielding captured weapons. The Allied and Axis approaches. Using the captured weapons and equipment of an enemy is commonplace during war. Frontline soldiers often find themselves short of what they need to accomplish their missions and quickly become ingenious at filling these holes in their order of battle with whatever they can find, capture, or pilfer. During World War II, this applied to tanks and armored fighting vehicles, AFVs, as much as anything else. It is well known that the German Wehrmacht made widespread use of captured vehicles of all types. It did so in an organized, deliberate fashion, filling large gaps in its own order of battle first with vehicles seized during the peaceful occupations of Austria and Czechoslovakia before the war actually started. Later, after the Nazis had overrun France, the Low Countries, and vast